Question is, shall the bill as amended pass? The chair recognizes Representative Ingram.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, very much. I plan to be very brief, but I want to remind folks that we are talking about a heartbeat bill, and we are talking about life, and that in my religion growing up, God breathed life into us. And so whether a person is breathing or not outside of that body is when that life comes in. So when people talk to me about murder and what else, manslaughter and things of that nature, be careful about how you're describing that about an unborn fetus. And it's that for a reason. God breathes life. If that mother, that woman, aborts that child, and you would call it murder or killing or whatever, then that is her business. It is her life, and she will have to be judged by God, and you will not be standing there. You will not help determine where she will live her afterlife. And for you to sit here and pretend that we are protecting an unborn child and saying that the mother's life doesn't matter, rape and incest and all those other things. And I think what probably bothered me the most is when I sit here and we talk about abortion as big business. Well, I didn't hear that yesterday when we were talking about guns. Give me a break. If we're going to try and protect people, then let's do that. How about better funding for the ability to have good health care? And then let me remind you, too, of people, the story that Representative Boggs told about the young lady who said she might kill herself. That is very real, people. The young lady who went on and aborted on her own and had the baby and buried her in the backyard right here in Ohio. Happens. In the garbage can. In the dumpster. Help me, folks. You are not God. You can't continue to play God. A woman's right for herself is to be able to make that decision and be able to make it with a medical practice that's legal up front. You guys, I'm old enough to remember hangers, liquids, shotgun pellets that women would take so that they wouldn't have the abortion. And we talk about this going on for a long period of time. Absolutely right. I remember my great-grandmother saying once, I'm going to give the baby to the pea ants, because she couldn't have it at that time because she was 13. So they do things. I assure you that why not just us figure out a way to do this thing right and stop trying to dictate how people should live their lives and whether they should have babies. I have 2 sons. My oldest son passed away 9 years ago. It'll be 10 next year, 35 years old. And when you say that someone comes in, I've had a miscarriage, when you say that you have a baby that comes into life stillborn, that is heartbreaking. But at any time in a life, we have to be very clear that this is not our responsibility to dictate how it happens. I oppose this bill, and I will be voting no.